Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss a poem written by Robert Browning. Robert Browning is known for his robust optimism and he has written this poem in 19th century. The poem is Porphyria'S Lover. Porphyria'S Lover is a dramatic monologue by Robert Browning, first published in 1836. It explores the theme of obsessive love, control, and the fine line between passion and madness, revealing the narrator's disturbing need for dominance over his partner. The poem is notable for its psychological depth and the chilling portrayal of the narrator's mindset. In fact, during the course of this poem, the lover strangulates his beloved. Porphyria's lover. The rain set early into night. The sullen wind was soon awake. The speaker says that the night is quite stormy in nature because the rain was coming. And the mood of the environment, the mood of the night, the mood of the rain is quite sullen, gloomy. Now, this gloom is external as well as internal. Now, as far as the external gloom is concerned, the wind, the storm is there, and the internal gloom is concerned, the mood of the speaker, the mood of the lover is very upset. It tore the elm tops down for respite. Now there was an elm tree which was quite high and it was demolished by the storm. It was tear apart by the storm and did it worst to vex the lake. Now the lake was disturbed as well because of the storm and the rain. I listened with the heart fit to break. The lover was not feeling comfortable. He was gloomy, he was dejected, he was sad, and therefore he was not comfortable. When glided in Porphyria'S, now as far as this girl is concerned, Porphyria, she entered in this adverse circumstances, adverse environment into the cottage of the lover. Straight she shut the cold out and the storm. Now she entered the cottage hurriedly and immediately she shut the door and the window in order to save themselves from the chill of the storm and kneeled and made the cheerless grate blaze up. And she kneeled down and she lit the hearth or she lit the grate in order to warm the cottage. So after blazing up the grate, the cottage gradually become warm. Which done, she rose and from her form withdrew the dripping cloak and shawl. Since outside it was raining, and Porphyria she has entered into the cottage from rain, and as a result she was drenched from top to bottom. So she removed her cloak and she removed her shawl, and the water was dripping from them, and laid her soiled gloves by, and she also removes her gloves, which was also drenched, untied her hat, removed her hat, and let the damp hair fall. Her hair was also wet. So, in order to remove the dampness from her hair, she just scattered her beautiful hair. And last, she sat down by my side, and finally, she just sat down beside the lover and called me, and just called by certain soft names to the lover. When no voice replied, and the lover did not reply because he was sad and he was dejected, she put my arm around her waist, and Porphyria, she just put the hand of the lover beside her waist and made her smooth white shoulder bare. And she just bare her shoulder, which was white and fair in color. Porphyria with her lover. And all her yellow hair displaced. Her beautiful hair, which is yellow in color, it was scattered, it was displaced. And stooping made my chick lie there. And she just caught the cheek of the lover and she put that on her shoulder and spread over all her yellow hair. And she deliberately spread her beautiful yellow hair on the head of the lover, murmuring how she loved me. And then, in a very soft and hush hush voice, she just confessed her love for the lover. She too weak for all her heart's endeavor to set its struggling passion free. Now, as far as Porphyria is concerned, she was very passionate from within, but she was timid, she was weak from outside. She was scared, she was apprehensive of the society, and as a result, she never accepted or confessed her love for the lover in public. Porphyria with the lover. From pride and the vainer ties dissever, and give herself to me forever. Now, her pride and her vainer ties, her bond with her family members and with her relatives. Now, these things were not allowing Porphyria to confess her love openly. But now she is beside me and she is confessing the love, although that in a very hush manner. But passion sometimes should prevail, nor cloud to night's gayest restraint. The lover says that today perhaps she is obsessed, she is passionate enough, and in her fascination, in her passion, she has confessed and she has directly come to the cottage of the lover, perhaps from certain feast was going on, and in that feast Porphyria might be there, but she has abandoned that feast and she directly come to the cottage of the lover. A sudden thought of one so pale, for love of her all in vain. Although the intensity of the love of Porphyria for her lover was tremendous, but since she was timid, therefore she never had the courage to confess that in public. She was timid, she was weak. But now she realized that if she will not confess that, her entire love will come to an end. It will become vain and useless and futile. So she was come through wind and rain, and finally under certain compulsion, and that compulsion was her passion only. So under certain duress, under passion, she has come directly to the cottage of the lover in order to confess her love for him. Although there was rain and storm outside the cottage, be sure I looked up at her eyes, happy and proud. The lover says that I wanted to spy the intensity of her love for me in her eyes, and this I did by looking at her eyes, and there I found happiness and pride. At last I knew Porphyria worshipped me. Now, today, for the first time, I was ascertained that yes, Porphyria worshipped me. Her love for me is genuine, is true in nature. Surprise made my heart swell, and still it grew while I debated what to do. Now the lover was quite surprised because he was never able to understand Porphyria's passion and her love for him. But today he, in fact, espied that love and the intensity of that passion in her eyes. And when he was confident that yes, Porphyria's commitment towards himself is genuine, is true, then he contemplated as to what he should do in order to make their love eternal and permanent and non ending. That moment she was mine fair. Now the lover says that tonight Porphyria is mine. Nobody can snatch her from me. She is beautiful, she is fair, perfectly pure and good. She is the embodiment of purity. She is virgin, she is virtuous, and she is beautiful as well. I found a thing to do, and immediately some idea intruded into my head, into my mind, and all her hair in one long yellow string I wound 3 times her little throat around. And then the idea was that I should made a string from her beautiful yellow hair. And what I did, I just moved that string around her throat for 3 times. And finally, I strangled her. I killed her. I murdered her. Why I did so? Perhaps because I wanted to make our love eternal. I do not further want her to go away. I knew that she was timid, she was weak. If she will go now, perhaps she will never come again to meet me. No pain felt she. Now, when I was strangulating her, when I was trying to murder her, she she hasn't resisted. It appears as if that she deliberately embraced that death. I am quite sure she felt no pain. Why I am saying so? Because she has not resisted. It appears as if she too wanted to die in order to make her love eternal, permanent, as a shut bud that holds a bee. Now she died in such a beautiful manner, like a bee. When a bee is shut in the flower bud, she dies. Similarly, Porphyria'S died when I tried to strangulate her with her own hairs. But she has died in a very deliberately and beautiful manner because she has not resisted. I warily opened her lids. Now, in order to ascertain whether her death was a painful one, I tried to open her eyelids. Again laughed the blue eyes without a stain. Now, when I spied in her eyes, I found that she was laughing. She enjoyed her death. There was absolutely no stain, no pain, no remorse. And I unlighted next the tress about her neck, and then I tried to untie the hairs of her from her neck. Her cheek once more, Porphyria and her lover, blushed bright beneath my burning kiss, and then I kissed her. And the moment I kissed her, she blushed as if she was relishing that kiss. I propped her head up as before, only this time my shoulder bore her head. Now, earlier she put my head on her shoulder, but now I tried to put her head on my shoulder. This time my shoulder bore her head, which drops upon it still. Now she was still because she was lifeless. She was dead. The smiling, rosy little head, so glad it has its utmost will. But the facial gestures of Porphyria was reflecting as if she enjoyed her death because she died perhaps willingly. She has not resisted even once. That all it is scorned, at once is fled, and I, its love, am gained instead. Now, Porphyria, as long as she was alive, she scorned, she was apprehensive, she was scared. But now, by sacrificing her life, she has gained me, she has obtained me, she has gained my love, she has gained my possession. Now she is me, she is with me, and our love has become eternal, non-ending, and permanent. Porphyria's love, she guessed now, not how her darling one wish would be heard. Now Porphyria is no more, but as far as her love is concerned, her relationship with mine is concerned, it has become eternal. And thus we sit together now. We are sitting side by side, and all night long we have not stirred. Now, throughout the night, she is dead, therefore, there is no possibility of her stirring. And as far as I am concerned, although I was alive, but I stirred no more. I was also dumb. I was also silent, motionless. And yet, God has not said a word. I cannot say whether God has relished her strangulation or not, but I'm pretty sure that God definitely will shower his blessing upon us, because we have become eternal. We will reside till eternity, because finally our love has. So thank you very much for watching this video. Hope you will relish this beautiful poem written by Robert Browning.